They left closes. Oh, we're not just. Now, I'm tired. I'm shaking. In fact, I could shy at 360s on a stiletto. La.
Mama, the Twins and the Double Dare team, we dare you to laugh. Just do it.
In 2016, I was hijacked. It was a harrowing experience. I was held for 5 hours. The worst part about it was it happened in my hometown. Anyway, I think the reason why I was held for so long is because the hijackers hadn't planned it. It was completely opportunistic. So they didn't know how to get rid of the tracking device because the guy that was in charge of doing that wasn't on duty that night. Nonetheless, my parents were called because I was driving my mother's car. But they weren't told exactly what was going on or where exactly I was. They were just given a location in terms of an area. The worst part about it is the tracking company said to her that that was pretty much all they could do, just say that I was in this area, but from there they didn't really know where I was, which meant they weren't going to send anyone. And if anything, they were only going to find me after the fact. They told her to pray for the best, but expect the worst. 5 hours into this thing, I think the only reason why I survived is because I struck up a conversation with the guys who had hijacked me. And I got to know them a bit better and they got to know me, but nobody came for me. Nobody sent the cavalry or a helicopter, the police to come and find me. The tracking company just kind of knew where I was, I think. But that was about pretty much it. After that experience, a lot of things changed in my life. I definitely had more purpose and I knew what it was that I was here for. But two, I had to find a better tracking company, which is why I signed up with EKS Tracking, because they give you minute by minute, second by second updates on where exactly your car is, what's happening, how it's even being driven. And they will definitely come and find you if you're stuck or if you're in a jam like I was. So make sure that you get EKS if you want to make sure that your loved ones stay safe.
Coal Transporters Forum, together with the 5 to be closed power stations and the mines supplying coal, create approximately 1 million direct and indirect jobs in Mpumalanga. The results of the quarterly labor force survey for 2016 released by Statistics South Africa indicate unemployment rate to be at 26.5%. With the current anticipated pace of introducing renewables in the country, these percentages are going to increase and a lot of families will be affected, let alone the reduction in tax base due to job losses. Can South Africans afford more job losses? Let's work together to preserve jobs and create more employment to fight poverty.
Forest Hill City is an exciting 44-hectare development in Monavoni, west of Centurion, that offers a vibrant work-play destination anchored by Forest Hill City Mall. At 72,000 square meters, this will be the region's largest mall. This is how the vision came about.
So back in 2006, we started making inquiries on the land parcel. One of the key success criteria for regional shopping centers is highway visibility, accessibility, road infrastructure, ease of access and egress, and size and dominance and critical mass. So, you know, Forest Hill fits that mold. Given that this was one of the fastest, if not the fastest growing node, at the time it was growing at about 16% pre-global recession 2008. I had done some market research with Fenridge.
We started by firstly getting a sense of how many households are there. So we've developed a methodology, the Africa Eye methodology, that we take aerial photography and we physically count houses, and we also classify them in terms of income group, and that if you take in a catchment area or radius or drive time, you could measure, you could see that there is X number of households and that's their income.
We identified the land parcel. We approached ABSA, who were the owners at the time, and ABSA said no, under their dead bodies, they're not selling that land. So for a long time we tossed and turned, trying to bend ABSA's arm to sell this land to us.
The intent with the land where we now have Forest Hill was to get a credible, reputable partner to work with us. And I think Billion Group, after a very rigorous process, you know, and discussions with them, I think they were the guys that we felt that there was a shared vision between what ABSA Development Company was doing and what Billion Group wanted to do for the benefit of that community.
After securing the land, doing market research, doing outline of the mall and everything else, marketing this mall to retailers, back in 2008 we took the retailers on chopper flips around and over the mall, did presentations at a venue in Midrand, and there were a lot of interest.
I think the Forest Hill opportunity came along easy as 3 years back already. It's been identified as a growth node, as an area of future housing. There was a lot of residential development coming into that particular node, and when CISA presented the opportunity for us, we were excited to participate in it.
Building a mall of this magnitude was not going to be an easy task.
So we had this one competitor who lobbied even the farmers around to object to this development on every basis that can be possibly objected to. So they objected to our market research, they objected to our road infrastructure, they objected to the entire feasibility of the mall. You know, and we went through this, and they called experts, and then we had to have our experts in.
We approached the Gauteng, at that stage, Development Tribunal in terms of the Development Facilitation Act to procure the land use rights. There were 4 parties involved. All of them were legally represented. All of them presented expert evidence pertaining to town planning, economical studies, retail studies, traffic engineering, urban design, name it, you have it.
So these guys, you know, delayed us from 2008 until 2011, effectively, when we then got the award.
Earthworks began in September 2012. Construction commenced on the 1st of February 2013, with the mall opening on the 29th of May 2014. Its easy access, innovative design, and wide choice of top retailers make Forest Hill City an unparalleled experience, optimizing shopper convenience and dwell time.
We have what we call a racetrack. So you don't have to have dead-end malls, leading-edge malls, end malls, and where you don't know where you're going, effectively, because it's just a passage of another shops that pop up as you walk around. So you've got a ring, literally, where you come from one point, you go around the mall, and you find yourself back at the same point. So that makes it easy. There's no shops that are hidden away. And also, it's a key criteria to success for the retailers who shop within the shopping center, because, you know, everybody's visible along the malls. What is also unique about this mall is the fact that we have Parkade located in the middle of the shopping center. Now that's unique. It's something that is novel, never been done, so it's setting global trends here.
A Rob Bray Concepts and TPSB Architects design, Forest Hill City is more than a shopping experience. It's a lifestyle center.
Shopping centers are a place where people should go and enjoy themselves. They need to expand their lives, and a shopping center with only shops is really not an addition to anyone's life. But when you add things like this ice rink and the food court to a shopping center, you give people a place to go out and enjoy themselves, and especially the young people. And it gives me a sense of accomplishment to see people using the ice rink.
Set to revolutionize easy urban living, Forest Hill City is breaking new ground. Having developed the highly successful super-regional Hemingways Mall and Mdantsane City in East London, Billion Group has an enviable track record of large-scale developments from concept to completion. Coming soon, Bay West, opening March 2015. Billion Group, great places on perfect locations.